Sorry? Cell reference, yeah. Okay, so on my Google Meet, let me go big screen again. I am going to share my screen with you guys and then get going. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. We are looking at cell references. So we have two kinds of references, right? We have a relative reference, which is what we've been using so far, and then we have an absolute reference. So a relative reference, Excel, even though I told you it's dumb, it tries to do exactly the same thing over and over again. So it knows enough that if you are in here, gained weight over 2 years, so if I gained 6 pounds this year and 8 pounds this year, the sum of those two things is this. And when I drag this down, it knows that this cell is going to be A8 plus B8. And this cell is going to be A9 plus B9. Okay? Sorry? So that is what a relative reference is. So if it's here, it's going to drag right down. It's going to try to figure it out. Sometimes it'll drag to the side, but it'll try to figure out where you're going and do it for you. So that is pretty straightforward, right? So we copy that down. Now, in an absolute cell reference, this is a situation where you've got, like, say, a conversion. And up here, we are going to convert or have this conversion rate of 2.54. So this is just a number sitting in cell C3, 2.54. And it is the number that we're going to use to convert inches into centimeters. So inches needs to convert, or you need to multiply the number of inches, 3, by the conversion rate of 2.54. If I grab 7.62 and drag it down like we've been doing, it comes up with a number 0. And if I look at it, what it's trying to do, what does yours do? Did you drag it down? So you're in here and you drag it down with the black corner? Oh, because you've got yellow. Okay, so anytime the yellow bar is open, you got to shut that down. Okay, so now you got to think about this logically, people. Okay, so what basically it's trying to do right now is this formula was A6 times C3. The next one down is A7, and now it's going to try to go to C4, right? Which is exactly what it's doing. And then this one below it will be C5 and C6 because it's going to think that it's got 2 columns of number, but we don't have 2 columns. We want it to move down on this column, but we want it to be absolutely into the spot, into that one. So your choices, and don't do this, I'm just showing you guys this. So if I control copy and paste, paste, control copy and control paste, and control paste, the answers do come out if I do that, right? But I don't want to do that. What I want to do is create an absolute reference. Boy, do I ever mess things up. So what I want to do is go into my cell, my first cell, my A6 times C3, and I want to tell Excel, refer back to C3 all the time. And how I do that is by inserting my cursor before the C and saying $, and then before the C, or before the 3, $, and then I press enter. So when I go back up to this cell now and I drag it down, every single one of them is going to be A7 times C3, A8 times C3, A9 times C3. Yes. You betcha. Okay. Okay, so you understand the logic of it. What we want to tell Excel, though, is that in this formula, instead of just going A6 times C3, a relative reference, which will try to scroll down every cell, we want it to stay still and just look at the cell C3. We want it to be permanently multiply everything by cell C3. So how we do that is we put our cursor, click into the formula bar before the letter C, put a $sign, and then move our cursor over before the number 3. I'm going to say letter 3, but the number 3, and put a $sign there. And then when we go back up, put it in the bottom corner to drag it down. All of these, if you read our formula line, will be referencing back to C3. That is an absolute cell reference. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so the one that we just did the last time, I had a little note at the very last one. I'm like, oh, they have like $signs in front of there. Hold tight because I'm going to explain those in the next little video. This is a video that I'm talking about. This is an absolute cell reference. So then you can go on and do some other stuff. So Callum, I'm going to come down to you in just a second. Okay, so the thing is that you can also reference other worksheets in a workbook. So we want to put the total weight gained by the first person on the relative cell reference worksheet in cell D9 in this. So I'm clicking into this cell here, which is my D9 cell. And then I'm going to go to my relative cell reference and look for the first person and see their total weight gained. So this is the first person. This is the cell that I want to reference. I just click into it. And I press my enter button. Maybe did not work. Okay, gonna go back here, click in here, go here, see if this will work. It is not working for me. Hang on. It should work. Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else and just see. So, oh, hang on a second. How about if I put an equal sign? Rookie mistake. Putting an equal sign, going to my relative cell reference, clicking in that cell, pressing enter, and boom. So when I go back into that cell, it now reads in my formula line equals relative cell reference in bunny ears, exclamation C7. So I can tell that this is a different sheet that it's referring to, the relative cell reference sheet. So if I go in here and I do something crazy, like rename this, you guys don't have to do this, and go the sheet, if I go back into here, it's now called the sheet. You don't have to do that. I was just showing you guys that it's just picking up the name of the sheet, whatever that sheet is. Okay, so once again, I'm in the other worksheet reference. I'm putting my equal sign in. I'm going into this guy, clicking into the cell that I want, then pressing my enter button. And that will bring me referencing another sheet altogether. Okay, so in this practice sheet, what you guys need to do is figure out a conversion rate. So 1 pound equals 0.453592 kilograms. So if you put that, I think you just put that in there. So 0.45352. Let's see if this works out. So you put that in there. And then our formula is, this is going to equal pounds multiplied by our kilograms. But I'm going to go up to my formula sheet and I'm going to put a $sign in front of the D and a $sign in front of the 3. And so 5 pounds equals 2.26 kilograms, which sounds about right. Yep. Okay, so first thing I did was I took this little cheat sheet here and put the 0.453692 into my cell D3. Then in my cell C6, I said equals cell B6 multiplied by cell D3. And then I went up to my formula bar and I put a $sign in front of the D and a $sign in front of the 3. Okay, and then I drag that down and my 200 pounds becomes 90 kilograms. My 140 pounds becomes 63 kilograms. 22 pounds becomes 9 kilograms. That's perfect. B6 and the little stars multiply. And then you click into the conversion rate, which is cell D3. And then put your cursor in front of the D, put a $sign, cursor in front of the 3, and a $sign. And that makes it the absolute reference. And then drag that formula down. Okay, so there are hidden numbers on the index worksheet. So use a value in cell A1 on the index worksheet. So I'm going to go into my index worksheet. It's absolutely blank. It looks blank, but I'm going to trust the process. So use a value in cell A1 on the index worksheet to replace each question mark below and calculate the products. How do we calculate products? Multiply. You betcha. Okay. Then I think it says please each number, but I think it should say place each product in the correct row in column C. So I'm going to go in here. The number is 2, and the product is going to be equals 2 multiplied by, and I'm going to hop into my index sheet and go into A1 and then press enter. Then I'm going to go back in here and read my formula bar. It's going to say B20 times index A1. And I'm going to put in front of my A $sign, and in front of my 1 a $sign. Then I'm going to drag those down. So even though I can't see it, there's a number there. Okay, so do not get frustrated. Let's watch that again. I'm taping it right now. Okay, so use the value in cell B4 on the index sheet to replace each below and calculate the product. So I'm going to go equals 2, or cell B22 multiplied by, and I'm going to go to B4 this time. So B4 and press enter. And then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click before the B and put a $sign and a $sign. And then I'm going to grab this and drag it down. And all of those refer now to index B4. I know it's magic. Believe the process, Callum. So this guy is going to be equals cell B36 multiplied by my index C7, enter. Come on back, and in front of C, I'm going to go $sign, and then I'm going to drag those down. And here, I'm going to write equals 2 multiplied by D10. And once again, go up and put a $sign in front of my D and a $sign in front of my 10 and drag that down. Okay, so I'm going to save this guy and upload it. And for you guys, I'm going to stop sharing right now and upload this video and then come and help you guys.